This video is going to focus on how to write an absolute value function given a table or graph. And I need to apologize, this thing is going to look hideous. It's just the way it came out on my iPad. I'm sorry. Yep, that's pretty gross looking. Okay. Pause, write down anything you need to write down. Very important to mention is this HK right here. The vertex is the HK, which means it's how it's been shifted left, right, up, down. So you have to identify where the vertex is in order to write the equation, because the vertex is the H and the K that go into your equation. Moving on. Okay, so now to look at a table and tell what the equation is, you have to look for patterns in the Y values. In the Y values. And as I look at the Y values here, I definitely see a pattern centered around that 4 there. Wow, I cannot write on my iPad. There we go. That's an arrow. Above the 4 and below the 4 are the exact same numbers, and it's going in the same order away from 4. Above 4 I've got 5 and 6, and below I've got 5 and 6. That pattern is how you can tell you're dealing with the vertex right here. So I've just identified that the vertex is -3, 4. And using that, we really can write this entire equation. So f of x equals absolute value of, let's see, is it going to be x minus 3 or plus 3? Because the x value of the vertex is -3, that's left 3, left is plus, so x plus 3, and then of course the 4 is just plus 4. So that is the equation for that. The only thing that you would have to do at this point is check to see if there is an a value, something to multiply in front of the absolute value sign. And the way you would be able to tell is in the table, you would look for are these numbers going by 1, by 2, or whatever. And do they, you'd also look to check if it's negative, because the Y values here would be going up first, and then they would be going down. Because it's going down and then up, that's what a normal absolute value does. So you do have to pay attention to that. And we'll see an example where it is negative right here. So automatically we need to start thinking, hey, when I've finished writing this absolute value, I need to put a negative sign in there because that's going upside down. Alright, we identify the vertex right away, and that vertex is 2, 1. Once again, those are my H and K values, and so I'll write my equation. F of x equals absolute value of x minus 2, because we're going right to, plus 1. And then the a value we know is negative, and then you would check to see if it's maybe -1, -2, etc. You just look at the slope of the graph on the right hand side. What is the slope? Well, it's going down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1. So because it's the slope is -1, we can just leave a as just a negative sign. That's all. Alright, tomorrow in class we are going to do this exact same process using tables and graphs. So make sure you review anything that you didn't understand and come ready to do this. See you tomorrow.